You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Young and the Restless fans, we've got Victor Newman making a shocking decision this week, and I suspect it's about Claire Newman, and I think he's going to fib to her, but then keep on doing what he wants that she does not like. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about Victor running a new con on Claire to get back on her good side while still fully plotting a betrayal. Before we dig into it, though, please click that subscribe button if you're not following us. All right, so this week, Claire told Nikki that she wants nothing more to do with her grandpa Victor because of his plotting against Kyle Abbott. She has heard from her mom, Victoria Newman, about all the times Victor interfered in her love life and hurt her and caused her problems, and Claire's just not going to tolerate it. She realized Victor is not going to stop coming after Kyle and isn't going to stop trying to control Claire's life. So after finding out Victor was ready to pay Audra Charles big money to seduce Kyle and being unapologetic about his scheme, that's it. Claire told Nikki she is over it and she's going to cut Victor out of her life. And Victoria warned her dad, Victor, that he was going to lose Claire over this Kyle stunt. And he did seem to pause and kind of take it to heart. But we all know the Mustache always thinks that he's right. Now, what should happen is Victor should go to Claire and apologize. Victor should admit he was wrong for interfering in Claire's love life and that he's learned his lesson and he won't do it again. But that's not going to happen. I mean, it's as likely as Phyllis taking a chill pill. Bottom line, it's going to take a lot for Victor to regain Claire's trust after this stunt he just pulled. Basically, Victor knows he went too far, he got caught, and that he is about to alienate Claire and lose her, especially after Victoria said that she almost ditched Victor for meddling in her love life all those times. So he's going to make, I think, maybe a grand gesture this week, something to prove himself to Claire so he doesn't lose her forever. But at the same time, I don't believe for a second that Victor is really turning over a new leaf. He is not capable of admitting he's wrong or learning from a mistake because he doesn't admit that he makes them. However, I do think Victor may make this gesture, then backtrack, regroup, and lie low for maybe 5 minutes, and then start a whole new scheme to target Claire's love life. So it's this Thursday, according to Young and the Restless spoilers, where Victor makes a decision that shocks people. So I suspect he may give Kyle and Claire his blessing, sort of. That's the only way for Victor to keep Claire in his life. He's got to pretend to accept Kyle. But come on, he's Jack's son and Victor hates Kyle because of that. And that's something that isn't going to change. It's fact. He's Jack's kid. I think at this point, Kyle could literally cough up a lung to save a Newman and Victor would still despise him. So I think the family is going to be stunned and maybe skeptical if Victor tells Claire, go ahead, live your life, love who you want. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I mean, I doubt Victor's going to say, oh, that's great. Let's throw a party and celebrate you moving in with Kyle. Because really, Victor can't act like he's now being supportive of Claire dating Kyle because nobody would believe it. But Victor can back off, let Claire cool off, and then, of course, he can try again. I don't think Kyle will believe it for a minute, and you know darn sure that Jack and Diane will not buy it if Victor backs down. So I'm guessing Claire would take this with a grain of salt, maybe a whole block of salt, and take a wait and see approach. But of course, Victor thinks he's smarter than everybody and probably thinks he'll get away with it. So I bet it'd be a few weeks, maybe a month or two, and then Victor's back to plotting, looking to undermine Kyle and make him look bad so Claire will dump him. And once Victor is back to plotting, I've got a few ideas of what he might do. Just first off, Victor might circle back to Audra and say, hey, if you want to try again and can make something happen to permanently split Claire and Kyle, come back and see me for a big paycheck. I know you're at rock bottom. Don't come talk to me unless there's results. But if you can do it, we can talk. And Audra may jump at the chance because I think she's going to be vowing revenge on Claire after she goes and tells Nate Hastings what Audra did, and he probably dumps her, and she's not going to be happy if Nate walks away. So I could see Audra still wanting to break up Kyle and Claire just for paid back, but if she can also get a paycheck, that's doubly good. The second con that Victor may try is to throw Holden Novak at Claire. We all know Holden's crushing on Claire. It almost feels like a double date thing with Holden and Claire when they're having drinks with Daniel and Tessa. And if Victor realizes that Holden has got a crush on Claire, he may leverage it, especially since Holden works for Kane. You know, he may offer Holden a deal, like spy on Kane for me and make Kyle look bad. And then Victor can promise to help him be with Claire with his blessing. Victor could dangle Claire and being part of a powerful family, but with no intent to honor a deal, because that's how Victor rolls. And since Holden is already paranoid about Kane and smitten with Claire, he might jump at the chance to be with her and earn his way into Victor's favor. So the third thing, maybe it's Kane who Victor uses to get rid of Kyle. We heard Victor mention a possible alliance with Kane, who wants Chancellor really badly. Nikki almost signed it over to save Nick, but then that fell through. So maybe Victor makes an offer that Kane can't refuse. Something like Victor tells Kane, find a way to split Kyle and Claire that doesn't reflect on me, and I will split Chancellor with you, and we can cut out Billy Boy Abbott. It might be worth half of Chancellor to get what Victor wants while also screwing over Billy. And of course, Victor can always renege on any of these deals. I mean, he can't turn around and offer Kane all of Chancellor, or Kane would be suspicious. But at the same time, Victor could encourage Kane to go after Jabot and the Abbotts first, and then Victor can say, you know, you destroy them and anybody else, and then you and I will face off like men. The final two gladiators left standing, a big boss battle in the end of the two best men in town. You know, I could see Kane's ego liking the idea of going toe to toe with Victor after he conquers everybody else. So we'll see if this spoiler where Victor shocks everybody is indeed about him telling Claire that he's going to back off Kyle. And again, while it would be nice if Victor said, okay, you and Kyle have my blessing, I don't know if he would do that. When he did that for Victoria and Cole, it was because Victor felt like Cole had proven himself, you know, even though he had that psycho Aunt Jordan. But Victor's hatred of Jack runs too deep to ever accept his son Kyle. So we'll see, but I don't think anybody should believe what Victor says if he gives any kind of endorsement of their relationship, because he is not going to stop plotting until Kyle is out of Claire's life.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.